Excuse me, ma'am.
Saheli, I have informed the ones who are unable to get in that we will let them. I've asked them to wait. So can we start on the presentation at least of those who are here so that they get an idea about what or how to deal with this?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I have already started the live session, so they can start. I'll just remove myself.
Okay, Ashleen and Ashleen, you can just, dear, please switch on your camera, unmute yourself, and you can start on your presentation, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Saheli, can you please, oh, she has just left. So Ashleen, please switch on your camera also, dear.
Ma'am, I've switched on from my end.
Yes.
Can you see the presentation, ma'am?
Maybe we are not going to go through the entire presentation. We'll just so that you have an idea.
Yes. Can I start, ma'am? A very good evening to everyone present here. I am Anshleen from grade 7 of Capstone High. Today I will be talking about my favorite PBL project. The learning objective of this task. Crystallization is basically the formation of crystals of a compound from its solution. The aim of this experiment was to show how crystals are formed. After doing this experiment, I got to know that this process is mainly used for purifying compounds by forming crystals and leaving the impurities behind in the solution. The steps to perform this experiment are: we have to fill a pan with filtered water and boil it. We should keep on adding sugar or salt in it till it stops dissolving. And we should make sure that the water is on boil. Then we have to use a filtering paper to filter the hot solution. We can also use cotton cloth or tissue paper. After the filtration and cooling process is done, we have to pour the solution in a transparent container. After this, we have to leave the container for at least 24 hours undisturbed and observe the change. This is an image from my experiment. These crystals can be seen. These were formed from the saturated sugar solution. What did I find interesting in this task? The first thing I liked about this task was that it was an experiential task. I was very happy to know that we can easily understand the concept by doing this experiment. For example, if you do not have the materials related to the concept, you can definitely do this experiment and you will easily get to know what it is talking about. Accessible materials. I was amazed to know that the materials needed for this task were easily available at our homes. They were mainly sugar, water, and some containers which are available to everyone. This made me even more interested in this task. Learning about a new concept. In previous grades, we were not introduced to the term crystallization. So, I was only known that there is some process by which seawater is purified to form salt crystals. So, as we were learning a new concept, I was very interested and enthusiastic. What are my key takeaways from this task? The first one is my improvement in observation skills and being able to draw conclusions from it. The second one is my enhancement in use of technology, which mainly includes perfection in videography and video editing skills. The last one is very important according to me, and which is improving my communication skills by learning how to organize and represent my findings in class in the most effective fashion. So, at last, I would like to say that this task was very interesting for me, and I would like to thank the teachers who assigned us this task. I had a wonderful experience. Thank you.
Ma'am, you're on mute.
So Ashlyn is done. So do you want to keep removing the participants as they are done? I-
Yes, ma'am, that is better. In that way, we can keep on adding people as well.
Yeah, so there are some people who are maybe trying to join. So maybe you can keep adding them that ways.
Yes, ma'am.
But
Yes,
then we
ma'am.
have to come up with, I'll share the flow of the event with you such that we can, you know who to add first and,
Yes,
who
ma'am,
to
that will do.
come later. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Nikita, you are here. Nikita, can you just get an idea about this thing? Show your sample of the survey that you have done, and try to get an idea about how to do the presentation, please.
Ma'am, I'm only doing the first slide of that. So do you want me to explain that right now?
Yeah, just show the presentation because it is important that you get an idea of the portal. You're not used to it, right?
Ma'am, can you see my screen?
Yes. No, Nikita, there's something, no, this is, make sure that you,
Yes.
Sahili, she's facing, what is the reason why the screen is kind of breaking up?
What happened?
Nikita, try
Nikita,
again,
can you
please.
share it again? Can you please
Yes.
share the screen again? Yeah.
What I mentioned right now was that first with a list of few pandemic, we will make a timeline. Okay, as in
Edwin,
we
please
will,
mute yourself.
and
Ma'am, but so I'm supposed to be on the slide, but I'm reading the script from here, ma'am. So they can see me changing. So how do you want me to? Hello, ma'am.
Yes, Nikita, tell me.
Ma'am, so I'm supposed to present the screen, ma'am, the
Yeah.
PPT, but then I have to put out the script part, so I have to change the tab.
No, but then you have to make sure that you have the script either written out or you have another system from which you are reading the script. If you
Okay.
change the tab, that script will be shown on the screen, which we can't have. Okay, so can you just try?
Ma'am, can you see the presentation?
Yes.
Ma'am, but Pavan is not here.
That's okay. You just get an idea about how to do it, Nikita.
Okay.
When Pavan will join, we will talk to him.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Nikita. Ma'am, I'm not going to read out his part. I'm just reading out my part, ma'am. So, in order to understand that, we conducted a survey among our middle school and high school students. We brainstormed and created a questionnaire for the survey. We encouraged our peers to fill the survey online. Almost 95 of all students responded promptly. Um, this thing I'm going to tell at the end after Anusha explains her part. So, conducting this survey was a great learning journey for all students involved. It taught us to develop all the 21st century skills of creativity, communication, collaboration, and critical thinking. Primary research is an essential skill required in all fields of study, economics, engineering, and science. In our school, we are often encouraged to engage in similar experiential learning, which helps us develop conceptual understanding and makes us ready for our future professions. We thoroughly engaged the process and learned how to question meaningful questions and observation and how to make observations and draw conclusions from data gathered and work and collaborate with a team. Now some of our peers will present about their favorite project based learning activities conducted in various subjects. Thank you. Ma'am, you're on mute.
Nikita is done, Saheli. You can remove her. Saheli?
I have removed her, so you can ask more students to join now.
Yeah, Renuka, you can please join. Kirtan, I'm seeing that you are in this meet. Saheli, you can please remove Kirtan.
Okay.
Kirtan does not need to be here.
Okay.
Nikita, okay, I'll just. Renuka, can you please get an idea about the thing? Please present.
Ma'am, 4 more people can join now.
হ্যাঁ মিস এটা কিন্তু খুব ইয়ে one of you, Renuka, can you join? Can you start your presentation? Or Michelle, can you start your presentation, please? Please switch on your camera and your mic. Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Michelle, just start on your presentation.
Yes, ma'am. Good evening to one and all present here. My name is Michelle and today I will be sharing about my favorite assignment. My favorite assignment is the critical thinking analysis. We have done this in English, which is a case study of Uttarakhand. The task was to read a passage, answer the questions, and make a plan on how to fix the problem. The learning objectives for this task was to organize our thoughts in a proper manner, to learn and understand new concepts, and to learn how to come up with solutions. I want to share why I felt this task interesting. It was because of the new learnings and concepts. I learned about pre-writing and post-writing. It was very exciting to learn a new topic. I learned how to organize thoughts in a proper manner, and I know that this will be beneficial as I could use it in the future. We learned how to research about the necessary things and not to copy paste from the web. I learned brainstorming, which I thought was a great skill as I could organize thoughts in an effective manner as I could see all my solutions at a glance. I learned about many graphical organizers that helped me to organize my thoughts and ideas. I learned one graphic organizer to represent the sequence of events, to represent my understanding, and to represent making an object. I learned a new skill known as idea mapping, and I thought that it was a great way to represent ideas and a colorful and interesting alternative. I learned how to represent and predict the changes of a place in years by using a line graph, and by this way I can relate mathematical concepts to English.
My key takeaways from the project is to use graphic organizers, which is a better alternative for simple words, to expose myself to the writing process on how to follow a step-by-step process to develop my ideas into a well-written piece. Thank you.
Okay, so Haley, you can remove Michelle. Michelle is done. Michelle, you had a fair idea about how to use the portal?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So you can, Michelle, remove Michelle. Renuka, can you do your bit, please?
Yes, ma'am. Can I start, ma'am?
Please do, Renuka.
Thank you, ma'am.
Switch on your camera. No, Renuka, you don't forget to switch on your camera, please, dear. And show your presentation. Present.
Ma'am, I don't have a presentation. Nikita should present the screen.
Okay, fine. It's okay. You can say your part. Nikita had to be removed, so we will look into that. Not to worry.
Thank you, Niharika. There's no refuting the fact that in spite of our best efforts, we are facing some challenges during the online classes. So the next question that we asked our peers was what challenges they are facing during online classes. The options were technical issues, strain on eyes because of screen time, not being able to focus from home environment. Some of our students have indicated that technical issues such as power cuts, poor internet connectivity, or lack of proper devices are few issues we faced during online classes. But in Capstone High, we are given backup resources and are able to message teachers and ask questions and clarify doubts around the clock, which helps us to follow up with our classes and academics even if we miss our classes because of some technical disruptions. Increased screen time is definitely a problem that the students are facing. In Capstone High, the periods are spaced out so that we can rest our eyes between the classes. Our teachers counsel us to abstain on doing any on screen work during this time. Our teachers are also encouraging us to do most of the assignments, classworks, and homeworks in notebooks and then scan and upload it in the classrooms. This helps in minimizing the on screen time. Some students have also indicated that they are finding it difficult to focus from home environment. The parallel activities going on in home, like everyday household chores, parents meetings, siblings online classes, going on parallelly sometimes make it difficult to focus in our home environment. Now I invite my friend Niveta to continue the presentation.
Ma'am, you're on mute.
Niveta, you're in the presentation. Can you please switch on your camera and your mic?
Ma'am?
Thank you, Renuka.
Yeah.
Ma'am,
Yes,
can I
Renuka.
start?
Yeah, please do.
Just a second.
Thank you,
Ma'am,
Renuka.
shall I remove Renuka?
Yeah, Renuka is done. You can remove her. Others are trying to join. You can let them in. Yeah, you can continue. Please do.
Thank you, Renuka. The next question was about assessment because it is a very important part of our teaching and learning. This graph represents the feeling of all students in Capstone High on the assessments conducted during virtual class. The options for this question were the assessments are creative and innovative. It is easier to track students' progress with the online platform. Feedback is more prompt. Assessments are less effective than physical classes. Most students felt that the assessments are very creative and innovative as they are done on exam.net, which is a new online platform for us. And it maintains academic honesty, and the teachers conduct quizzes on the online platform like Quizzes, Kahoot, or on Google Forms. So it is very interesting and new for us.
The teachers are also including many higher order thinking questions in our formative assessments such that it leads to deeper understanding of concepts. Many students also felt that it is easier to track the progress with the online platform because when an assignment is posted in the Google Classroom, it consists of a due date and has assigned point values. So we cannot skip the assignments and give excuses. Some of our peers also felt that assessments are less effective than physical classes. Sometimes some students are finding it difficult to scan and upload the assessments because of internet issues that they are facing at the end. There is another problem also. Because of our constant access to the internet, at times we're not essentially abiding by academic honesty. Our teachers are constantly guiding us and counseling us on the importance of being honest and earnest in work. We can take it as a lesson on self discipline, which will help us always make the correct choices later in life, too. Now, I'll request Anusha to take you through the rest of the presentation.
Okay, Saheli, Niveta is done. You can remove her. Sumedha, why don't you turn on your camera and let's see whether just get an idea about the.
Yes, ma'am.
Sumedha?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, actually, I'm sharing this.
Okay, Tanushri, I think Sumedha is not, I don't know whether she's being able to hear me. Tanushri, you can continue, please. Oh, you can? Okay, Sumedha has got it. Sumedha,
Yeah.
please present. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, is it visible?
Not yet, dear. Now it is.
Okay, ma'am. Good evening, everyone. I'm Sumedha, studying grade 7 Capstone High. Today, I'm here to talk about my favorite PBL activity, framing riddles. Learning objective of this activity to form equation and express it through riddles. Example, I am a number, tell my identity. Take me 7 times over and add 50. To reach a triple century, you still need a 40. This riddle can be expressed as 7x plus 50 plus 40 equals 300. First, we had to make a rough equation and try solving it. If that equation was right, we started rhyming those words. Then we had to arrange them properly so that the equation takes the form as a sentence. We again repeated the process until everything was properly placed. What were my key takeaways? Framing an equation and then creating a riddle was a quite challenging task. It required quite a few trial and error and a very creative and out of the box thinking. I went on trying to create the riddle obsessively till I got the solution. It also taught me that problem solving is a lot about perseverance and having a growth mindset. Why I found this task interesting? I found this task interesting as we had rhyming words. I really enjoyed when my riddle was all prepared. It was so interesting to hear it. It was also fun to challenge my friends to guess the right equation by reading the riddle. I really like this activity as it is creative, innovative, and challenged me to think hard. Thank you.
Sumedha, I just noticed the right spelling in your thing is not correct. So just make the modification right now.
Yeah.
And Saheli, she's done, so you can remove her.
Yes, ma'am, I shall do that.
Niharika,
Yes, ma'am.
yeah, you go next, please.
Yes, ma'am. Can I start?
Yes, please switch on your camera and your mic, please.
Yes, ma'am. 1 second. Can you see, ma'am?
Niharika, there is a very lack of light. So make sure that you have the lights in your room switched on.
Yes, ma'am, sure. Can I start, ma'am?
Yes, you can.
Thank you, Hardik. Our teachers are including many innovative activities during the online classes to keep us engaged and ensure that we can develop a clear understanding of concepts that are being taught. The second question that we asked the students was what kind of activities they enjoyed the most during online classes. The options given were virtual field trips using Google Earth, collaborative Jamboard activities, project based assignments, and virtual events organized by the school. A lot of students chose virtual field trips using Google Earth. The teacher takes the students on a virtual trip for educational purposes, maybe to show the students where a particular event or incident had occurred in history, or to show a new country or city, which was a setting of the story being read in class. For example, we were taken on a virtual trip to the Palace of Versailles while we were in our history class. We were taken to Niagara Falls in Canada and many other places during our geography lessons, which the students found very interesting. Collaborative discussion using Jamboard, many of in regular classes being collaborative because of the Jamboard, it is easier for students to work together. It can be used for class discussions and revision. It is also a very effective way to check whether students have understood concepts and the teacher can immediately address any misconceptions that the student might have. Many of our students have indicated that they enjoy online classes. Due to virtual classes, there might be cases where students might just copy and paste information from Google, but that cannot be done in the project based assignments because most of these assignments require us to think critically, develop conceptual understanding of the topic, and express our views, opinions, and perspectives in our own words. As you can see, many of the students have also indicated that they enjoy online events at school. At students learning. However, during online classes also, our school is conducting virtual events to show students' learnings. We have already had events to celebrate Hindi Divas and the Indian Independence Day. While we have more exciting upcoming events like the CAP Sarvekshana, where students get to showcase their research projects on social, cultural, and economic effects of the COVID-19 crisis, and CAP Sci-Fi to present their different science projects following the design thinking process. Now, I would like to invite Renuka to take you through the rest of the presentation.
Okay, Niharika, you got a good idea about how it is. You're comfortable?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
Okay, Saheli, Niharika is done. You can remove her. Samriti, you can start on your presentation. Switch on your camera and mic, please.
Yes. Hello everyone. My name is Samriti and I'm from grade 6B. Today I'm
Samriti, excuse me. Samriti, we can't see your presentation, dear.
the science PBL in which we ourselves had to explore and get. I chose to do it in a group and all of my team members contributed something. Okay, ma'am.
Samriddhi,
I'll
not being able
just
to hear.
try again.
Yeah, please do. Now your presentation
To
is
see if
is visible. You can continue talking. Yeah.
ma'am, shall I continue? Okay, ma'am. My favorite assignment was the Science PBL, in which we ourselves had to explore and get the knowledge about different plants and flowers. I chose to do it in a group, and all of my team members contributed something or the other. I still remember that my team members had taken an hibiscus flower and took out all the parts of the flower and sent their pictures to me. I had also put those pictures in the PPT made by me. I also researched a lot about the plants, and it was really fascinating to see the different types of plants in Google search engine about which I had never heard before. The topics I covered in my PPT are plants, parts of a plant, types of plants which are herbs, shrubs, trees, climbers, and creepers, root system and the shoot system, root modification, stem modification, the parts of a flower, that is hibiscus. I have put one image of the tulsi plant, and which is a shrub. This is an image of the parts of a plant and their functions. It has the shoot system, which has flower, leaf, fruit, and the stem, and the root system, which has root. So, what was the learning objective of the task? The learning objective of my task was to understand and know about the different types of plants and trees. We also got to know about functions and modifications of all the parts of a plant. Observation of the flower hibiscus and the arrangement of different parts of the flower. This is an banyan tree, which is a tree. What were my key takeaways? My key takeaways from this task are by doing this PBL activity, a computer and technology related information increased. Now we are more friendly and used to this. Teamwork makes our work and faster. I got many information about plants and trees by surfing in the internet. Now, my observation skill is more enhanced. I deeply observe everything. This is an image of the watermelon plant, which is a creeper, and this is the beetle plant, which is a climber. These are a few pictures from my PPT. I had put this picture for the roots modification and this picture of the stem modification. Why I found this task? I found this task interesting because we can easily revise or repeat our entire chapter or topic at a glance. It makes fun to study more about so many plants and trees. And this was the first time when we came to know about the different parts of a flower. That was hibiscus. I hope you all enjoyed this session.
Samriddhi?
Parts of the hibiscus. This is the ovary, and this we had to do. So with this, I end with my presentation. I hope you liked it. Thank you.
Samriddhi?
Yeah.
Samriddhi? Can you hear me, dear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Samriddhi, firstly, your camera was very, very
Ma'am, I
hazy.
can't.
You need to clean that so that the visual is, yeah. So make sure that you clean the camera today very well so that your picture that we are seeing from our end becomes clearer. And please sit in a well lighted area because the light is not falling very well on your face. Okay?
Okay, wow. I'll do that.
Okay. Saheli, Samriddhi is done. You can remove her. Tanushri?
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon to one and all present here. This is Tanushree Vaigada from grade 6A. I am glad to talk about my favorite research work on the task was to interview my parents, grandparents to find out about the culture and heritage of the region that our family comes from. I had to prepare a questionnaire regarding our cultural heritage to be filled up by my parents and grandparents. What was my learning objective? The aim of my study was to know more about the festivals we celebrate, the food we eat, the language we speak, the traditions we follow, the way we dress. Basically, know more about my cultural identity by conducting a primary research. These are the some images that I used in my research. Why was it so interesting? I really enjoyed interviewing my parents and grandparents and gathering information about our culture. The exciting part of my task was the involvement of my family members in my research. My key takeaways are this project helped in enriching my knowledge about my culture. It also helped me to understand and appreciate the cultural diversity of India as I listened to my peers' presentations. I learned how to make a questionnaire for conducting an interview. I also learned how to conduct primary research to gather and analyze data on a certain topic. Through this activity, I could hone my research skills and communicational skills. Thank you.
Tanushri, are you comfortable about, did you get a hang of how to start the presentation? And are you comfortable about the portal as such?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Sahili, Tanushri is done. You can remove her. Ananya, you are next. Please switch on your camera and your mic.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, it's visible?
Not yet, Ananya.
very delightful evening, one and all present here. Myself, Ananya Mohan from grade 7. It has been several months since we have started the virtual classes, and never once had I felt these classes as uninteresting. This is mainly because of the various activities that we are carrying out in our classes. My favorite activity, Katputli Ka Khel. Do you know what this Katputli is? Katputli is a puppet. Katputli Ka Khel is one of the most entertaining programs one could watch. Whether it is a live program or a program on any screen, we all love to watch it. It is a part of traditional states, especially in Rajasthan. However, it is not as easy as we see. It needs a lot of practice and experience from the part of the puppeteer. Why was it so interesting? This year, we got an opportunity to present a puppet show as an activity in our Hindi class. This was something very special for me because during this activity, I came to know more about puppet shows and the techniques used behind it. Till then, I never got an opportunity to see a puppet show, and therefore, I was awestruck when I came to know about its importance in Indian culture. Objectives of the activity. The purpose of this activity was to learn about puppet shows and to prepare a puppet show by ourselves. This was also done to understand well one of our poems in Hindi. How did we do it as a team? Doing this activity as a team was very much fun-filled. Our team was really very excited after knowing about this topic and decided to work quite hard for it. We designed and dressed up cute puppets on our own, and then a comic story was made by us, recorded, and presented in front of our class. It brought great fun to us. Working on creativity and culture. This activity was also an opportunity for us to be creative and do much craft work. Also, in this modern period where we humans are moving off from our culture and traditions, such projects or activities are capable of giving us knowledge on our traditions. What did I learn? After doing this activity, we could not only learn the lesson, but also several other facts and features of Katputli. Moreover, in each such activities carried out in our class, we gain more and more even in technical sides of presentations. We could also learn about Katputliya and enjoy the sweet moments of teamwork. Now I would like to share a few photos with you all on how we made this. Making of puppet dolls. Before concluding, I would like to express my gratitude towards all my teachers for engaging us with such activities and making virtual classes effective and enjoyable. Thank you.
Portal and you could get a hang of it?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, but actually, out in like, should I come after Samriti or like Niharika?
Don't worry, Ananya. See here, the problem that is arising is that we are not being able to include more than 10 people in the StreamYard portal at the same time. So what I will do is immediately after this gets over, I'm going to share a flow chart with you. Who is going to come after whom and by what time you need to join the StreamYard. So that way you will have a clear idea before tomorrow's show.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
No problem. Bye-bye. So Ellie, you can remove Ananya. Anusha? Pavan, Hardik is not here. Could you just quickly call him and let him know that he needs to be here?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Anusha, dear, you're on mute. Please make sure that you have turned on your yeah.
Ma'am, I actually have my script written here and the pandemic Pandora thing here. So where should I read from exactly?
You have to only show your presentation on the camera. If you have it on the same system, make sure you're writing it down somewhere else or using another phone or something to read it out from. For now, just show the presentation. If you don't remember everything from the script, you write it down in cue cards today.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am, suddenly what happened? Ma'am, my screen is gone like this. Ma'am, just give me a minute. I'm not able to share my screen.
That's okay. Just take your time.
Yes, ma'am. I'll just share my screen. Ma'am, are you able to see my screen? Ma'am?
No, Anusha, not yet.
Now?
Yes. Now, yes.
Okay, ma'am. The final question of this survey was what kind of school students want going forward. As we can see from the survey results that traditional schooling is the most preferred option. This is for a very obvious reason. We miss school. Going to school is an essential part of growing up. Meeting our friends and teachers, sharing our lunch, and playing team sports are all the little excitements that we dearly miss. So, yes, all of us want to come back to school. The second most opted option is blending school, which is a combination of traditional and online classes. For example, teachers can use Google Earth to show places regarding the topic, can also use Jamboards during discussions, or use Kahoot quiz for quick formative assessments. Even materials in the school online portals such that they can keep learning according to their time and schedule. These, when combined with the benefits of traditional schooling, such as access of the sport field, social interaction with peers and teachers, access to science and math labs, are very are very ideal to meet all of student needs. This COVID-19 pandemic has completely changed the way we look at our education. And blending learning will give us an opportunity to get the best of both systems. Now Niharika will briefly talk about our learning from conducting this survey.
Anusha, you seem to be a little unsure about your script. Make sure that you write it down in cue cards and practice it. Sahili, Anusha is done. You can remove.
Ma'am, Hardik told he some error occurred, ma'am.
Ask him to try again. Pavan, meanwhile, you can start with your presentation.
Ask him to
Ma'am.
try now. I think it will be. I'll be able to add him.
Yeah, okay. Ma'am.
Pavan, switch on your camera and mic, please.
Should I start with the dialogue?
Yes, please start.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Pavan. We are grade 10 students of Capstone High. Because of the COVID-19 pandemic, all schools across the world had to close down. Over time, teachers and students had to adapt to new technology to conduct school remotely. It was not easy to make such a drastic change overnight, and it required a lot of effort from students and teachers. However, at Capstone, we worked as a team, took it as a challenge, and managed to rise up to the occasion. It has been almost 4 months since we started our school online. There have been ups and downs, successes and challenges in our journey so far. As a student body at Capstone, we wanted to understand how our peers are feeling about these virtual classes. What is it that they are enjoying? What are the challenges they are facing, and what is their expectations of the future? Ma'am, Nikita's dialogue.
You continue, Pavan, because Nikita has been, she's done with her thing. So you finish just for you to have an idea about how the portal works.
We organized the responses of the students in a spreadsheet and represented the data visually such that it would be easier to understand and analyze it. Now my friend Hardik will take you through the finding our primary research on online classes at Capstone. That's all.
Okay, Hardik, all of you who are present here, soon I'm going to share a Google Meet link with all of you. And I want all of you to join that link because Ms. Nivedita and Ms. Ratna, Mr. Chabas, all are here and they would like to share their feedback with you. So for now, you can leave Pavan, but make sure that I'll be sharing the link in the next 5 minutes. Make sure that you join that link. Okay?
Yes.
Sahili, you can remove it. Hardik?
Yes. Good evening. I'm Hardik Patel from grade 10 and I'm going to present some
Hardik,
of our
do you have the presentation with you? Do you have the presentation with you?
Yes.
Please present first.
Is my screen seen?
Yes, it's visible, Hardik.
Good evening. I'm Hardik Patel from grade 10 and I'm going to present some of our findings from the online survey. The first question that we asked our peers was what, according to them, is the most important advantage of the online classes. What is perceived as an advantage may vary from person to person and according to different perspectives of students. Here, we gave our respondents 4 options on the advantages of online classes, being able to access study material at any time and any place, getting an opportunity to learn new technology, being able to interact with peers and teachers in spite of the lockdown, being able to message teachers and clear doubts almost around all any time around the clock. The most chosen option was an opportunity to learn using new technology. We all have heard or read about predictions of complete digitalization of, of the education system sometime in future. However, our education system in India was slow to adapt it. This pandemic situation has pushed our hand to adopt the new technology and brought us close and brought the future to the present. In today's world, digital literacy is considered to be one of the most important skills for employability. The online classes have exposed us to various innovative ways of using technology to gather, organize, and present our learning. The other popular choice for the students was that they have access to all learning material and resources at any place or time. In physical classes, the teacher might show videos and presentations, but the advantage in online class is that students can access the learning material anytime according to whatever is their schedule. So, we can conclude that physical and virtual learning may be different, but it's always better to learn something new. And the COVID-19 situation has given us the opportunity. As the saying goes, every cloud has a silver lining. Now my friend Niharika will take you through the rest of the presentation.
Hardik, are you comfortable with the portal?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, like when do I
Okay.
need to join exactly?
So that I'm going to just, in a minute, just as the meeting gets over, I'm going to write down the time of every child when he or she needs to be here, and I'm going to share it with you right away next, maybe half an hour, 45 minutes, so that this confusion of the sequencing of the events doesn't happen. Okay, Hardik?
Yes, ma'am.
And I'm sharing a Google Meet link with all of you. So please join in the next 5 minutes. Ms. Nivedita, Ms. Ratna, and Mr. Shabazz would want to give you some feedback on how you did. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, Saheli, we will all exit, and I'll just share a Google Meet link with the rest of them.
Sure, ma'am, sure.